When I got in touch with the people at Gloucester, they were so friendly, they were so welcoming, and when I came here for the day, they kind of sealed it. It's a beautiful location, and it seemed like a really dynamic and exciting place to be.
I had been questioning my vocation for quite a long time, and this felt like a really good place and a really good opportunity to explore that a bit more in kind of proper depth that I felt I needed.
Ever since I was little, I used to help out with, as soon as I was old enough, I used to help out with the kids groups at my church. I wasn't sure if doing some sort of Christian ministry should be something I should pursue now, or maybe later on in life, or do my engineering. So I thought I'd take a gap year and figure it all out.
Before I went into official training, I wanted to get some more experience in the church and widen my understanding both of God and the church, but also of myself. I think I've learned a lot. I've definitely grown in confidence and in my understanding of my own skills, but my weaknesses as well.
You end up having to work your way around lots of different obstacles and think a bit differently about what ministry is and how you can deliver it in this time that's really challenging, but also really difficult to kind of do the normal face-to-face meetings and things.
I've had a lot of different experiences. There's been some really powerful, great ones, like we've been doing a lot of food bank work at the moment. That's been really powerful.
And so I'm planning services, I'm helping to lead services, engaging in pastoral work. I've engaged in things like funeral ministries and baptism.
Lots of phone calls, lots of Zoom chats with people.
I've also been thrown into doing sermons because up until this year I've never properly done a sermon. I've given talks to my youth group which have always been sort of more discussion based. I've never had to stand in front of people and talk at them. And that was the first time I did that was been massive for me.
Definitely the most powerful has been having the chances to speak to people and just to kind of talk to people about their experiences of lockdown and their experiences of the pandemic and how that is affecting everybody, and then seeing that borne out in the kind of increased demand in the food bank. That's been really powerful, but that's felt like a really worthwhile place to be, like that's where the need is, and yeah, so that's been really affecting, I think.
And although that was something that I'd never come across and I was terrified of doing, I actually really enjoyed it.
It has been a massive challenge, but it's also been a great time of resilience and of growth. I think we're really realising what's important and life-giving to us.
There's been quite a lot of things that have kind of shifted about both my ideas about God and my ideas about the church and worship and the diversity of that.
It hasn't always been an easy path. I trained as an anthropologist, which is quite different, it's quite a different environment. So it's not always been I felt clashes within myself, but I think there's something deeply compelling there for me, even though it's sometimes something I can't quite name.
Still evolving, definitely. And again, I think a lot of that's to do with just meeting very different people and having discussions with them and forming relationships with people that you may not otherwise have really thought of forming relationships with.
My beliefs have been challenged and have deepened and grown.
I have found my own faith rather than having a faith piggybacked off my parents.
It's just helped me to be a bit more open.
Oh, it's been great fun. It's been really nice. I've lived in house shares before, but this one definitely feels more like a community, like a family.
There's also been lots of silliness and lots of fun too.
And of course there are always arguments sometimes about who hasn't washed up the dishes or whose turn it is to take out the bins. But no, it's just a great sense of community and of people being there, whether you're feeling high or low, and to come beside you.